Jim, congratulations on the win. I guess after 4 losses in a row, it's nice to get a win, even if it might not have been all that pretty.
Yeah, definitely. Feels better to finish the year on getting a win, and there's been some things that we wanted to continue to get better at, and the way that we rebounded the ball the other night against Tasmania and repeated that one again. It's an area that we've made really good improvements on the last couple of weeks. And yeah, holding any team on their home floor to 66 is a good effort. So we really picked it up at that end. I thought the first half our offense looked really good, and just couldn't make open shots, and possibly continued a little bit throughout the game, even though we didn't get probably the quality of shot in the second half. They make their run, and I thought we weathered it well in the third quarter, where we got, I think, 3 stops in a row twice in the middle of that quarter, just to kind of halt it, and showed a little composure down the stretch, which was good.
It was an interesting game offensively, where neither team could seem to make a shot for whatever reason. Even though you've been losing lately, you've still been scoring, at least 90 points a game. Any idea why both teams seem to struggle offensively tonight?
I think a 17 kind of foul count as well. I thought the referees allowed physicality and allowed us to play tonight. The drives to the rim I thought were contested well by both teams. It's just, I just didn't think both teams shot the ball well from the perimeter tonight. But yeah, we have been scoring, but there's been pretty high possession games as well. So it was probably a little bit lower on number of possessions when we play up here, and it's probably been a while since we actually got a win up here. So pleasing. Get our whole group back together for the last couple of games, and everybody just adjust to their role a little bit more on what they need to do for us. But positive step tonight.
You mentioned the rebounding numbers, and they're incredible numbers: 58 to 30 for the game, 18 to 3 offensively. And it was similar against Tasmania, like you touched on as well. Sometimes that's a real indicator of just effort and energy, and it's a good sign if you're all on the right end of that.
Yeah, I can't question our intensity the last few games. Pleasing to get a result like that, because we've worked really hard at it, and early in the season we were one of the best defensive rebound percentage teams, and that took a little dive, and for us to get back and be elite these last couple of games is pleasing. The work-ons for us is, we turned it over a little bit too much these last 2 games, being able to just value the basketball, little things like stepping out of bounds and things that, really in our control to go ahead and tidy up. And I think if we just keep getting quality shots, the confidence for us, will end up in us making a lot more than we miss. And we've had, this is the first game in probably 4 or 5 games that we haven't had plus assists. So yeah, there's always a bit of a relief when you get over the hump. In my experience before, and when you go on losing a few games, it's never pretty. It's always an effort-based win to get there and to do it defensively, and continue to find a way when we weren't shooting it that well is really pleasing. But you want rewards for your players when they're committed, and this is a really good group of guys that through that 4-game losing patch, we never pointed fingers. We were honest conversations about the things that we needed to do, and there's still a lot of growth in this team.
How are you feeling after that win, Marcus?
Feels great. I think the biggest thing is that we are just trying to tick boxes every day and get us championship ready, and that's been our mentality for the past year, and that's where we're trying to get to.
The offense will come, but if you're doing these sort of things where 2 games in a row you dominate the rebounding count like you win the possession game, you don't lose too many games when that's happening. Is that a good sign that you're seeing from the playing group, Marcus?
I think when we're just playing the right way, playing together, those things come as it is. It's kind of one of our big major points is to win the physicality, win the the little things, and when we stick together, that it looks good.
From the playing side of things, is it similar to what I asked Dan, is it a relief to get this win after 4 losses, or what's sort of the overriding feeling for you?
The feeling is that our efforts are looking good. We're making changes that look like we're doing the right thing, and I think that's the biggest thing. Is we're going into each game trying to get better, and we're seeing the process going the right way.
It's always a challenge if you have to travel on Christmas Day, but I'm sure it makes it a little bit easier to stomach if you get the win, which is nice, Marcus.
Yeah, I mean, we all had a great Christmas yesterday morning. Got to talk to a whole bunch of family. Got the cute little matching PJs. So I think that was the good energy that brought us here.
Do you have to get back home and wear those with the family once you get back tomorrow?
Oh yeah, it's all week thing. We're gonna throw those back on.
Dean, you had a bit of a break there before you play again, and the positive is that you're pretty healthy. I mean, guys are banged up a little bit, but everyone's at least healthy enough to be playing right now. It's a good position to be in to get ready for that last stretch of the season when you can work on some things with a full group available in the next week and a bit.
Yeah, we've got a couple of days for people just to have a little bit of a kind of a Christmas break for these 2 days, and everybody else is playing games through this period. We go to Adelaide and play on the 4th, and obviously the last time we played them there was a lot of things that happened, and I'm sure everybody will be up for that game, and we know how dangerous they are, but it is a chance for us there is some niggles still around the group, and some guys have put in a lot of extra minutes with different people being out, and so to get everybody healthy, it's going to be really good for us to go in and hit this next road game. We've got 7 in a row. We knocked out 1 tonight, and so another 6 games on the road. And so far, I think we're 6-2 on the road. We've probably played better basketball on the road, so we look forward to the challenge that's in front of us.
You mentioned Adelaide. It's going to be a hostile environment that you walk into. Do you talk about that in the build-up, or do you just sort of know what to expect, and you've got enough veterans that they'll be ready to handle anything?
Yeah, I think we will talk about it. It will be loud in there. It's, there'll be some frustration, I'm sure, at different times, and how we, overcome that, how we move on, how we huddle as a group. All those things are always important on the road. How we, celebrate the good things that are going on, and again, people being ready for whatever. Shea Ely has foul trouble tonight, and we require other people to play point guard for us again tonight. Those things are going to happen on the road always, and Ketchalier didn't play tonight, but again, if we have a big in foul trouble, he's ready to go. So ready for anything.
Thanks very much, guys.
Cool. I've just got 2 questions in the room.
Yeah, just 2 questions, guys. Taron Armstrong's obviously a great playmaker for the Taipans, and his pocket passing game is quite piercing at times. How did you guys go about restricting that, particularly in the first half?
Yeah, Taron and Rob Edwards were 2 guys, obviously, that we wanted to try and slow down a little bit tonight, and we made them shoot an average kind of percentage tonight. So happy with the job that we did on those 2. We kind of forced Taron to be a little bit more of a passer to the perimeter tonight, and not a passer that's leading to assists. Could have, but we rotated pretty well and got to 3-point shooters. So, I think he's been playing elite basketball, and I think he's got a massive future in the game. But, pleased how we kind of restricted him tonight.
Chris Golding hit 3 big threes in the first quarter, but Robert Lowe had some pretty terrific flare screens and coming him open. Can you tell me about, Robert Lowe's his off-ball things that may not show up on the stat sheet are really important for United?
I think Rob's just a genius on the court, and he knows how to play the game. He's playing like chess, and he's just playing it the right and smart way, and he knows that we're trying to get CG good shots to get him back into the flow. So he knows how to just work the game that way.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks.